Hello, welcome to the Refresh and Renew Summit, produced by Soul Heart Collaboration and my lovely wife, Jamie Allen Bishop. My name is Jean Bishop, and I have the honor and privilege of introducing her today. Jamie Allen Bishop is a #1 international best-selling author, global speaker, and transformational teacher based here in Southern California. With a passion for holistic wellness, she helps others find balance in all aspects of life. Jamie encourages massive breakthroughs in her clients and colleagues and produces an annual event designed to bridge the gap between success and personal growth. Through her work, she empowers individuals to align with their true purpose, unlock their hidden potential, and make a lasting impact on the world around them. You can connect with her at jamieallenbishop.com. Now, please help me welcome Jamie Allen Bishop.
Hi, Jamie Allen Bishop here to present Magical Renewal. We had somebody unable to make their presentation, so I am filling in. I didn't want you to miss out on all 30 presentations, and I have so many rabbits in my hat. I figured I might as well do something that I do once in a while in my own life, especially when I'm feeling a little bit anxious or unsure or anyway. Just wanted to walk you through the steps of doing something that I call angel card reading. So I'm going to use my Angel Power Tarot cards. They are by Radley and Valentine, and it's a 78 card deck and guidebook. So I'll do my little ritual. I'll walk you through the process and I'll read from their interpretation of what the cards mean after I give you my interpretation of what the cards mean. I always trust my own personal guidance the best because that's the intuitive spark that guides my joy. So there's no other way to say it. So when I first start this practice, I typically go to a place where I take a couple of nice, slow, deep breaths. Then I do a little prayer over my cards, and I'll just walk you through it all. So come join me, have a seat, get comfortable, and we'll pull a 3-card draw. Okay. So get grounded in your seat. Have your feet both firmly on the floor. If you can, definitely don't do this while you're driving. Obviously, seems obvious to me, but I will say it just in case. um, and yeah, just take some nice, slow, deep breaths. Sit up, align your spine. Make sure that your head is not too far back or too far forward. You want it to kind of all be right in alignment where the top of your head really feels connected to the sky above you, and your feet feel connected to the ground below you. Okay, so nice, slow, deep breaths in through the nose. Hold at the top, out through the mouth. Hold at the bottom, and we're going to do that again 2 more times. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold, 1 more time. Okay, and as you sit in your seat and as you feel connected, and the more you do this kind of a quick little breathing exercise, the more you'll feel the connection. I feel a connection to Mother Earth because I call on that for myself, and I feel a connection to Father God because that is how I feel that connection from above. So as above, so below, as within, so without. Those are my favorite saying. Anyway, let's get to the cards. So the first thing that I do with my cards is I hold them in my hands. I hold them both hands, and I set them right at my sacral chakra, which is right about where your belly button is. And I do a little incantation prayer, which is Archangel Michael, please surround me. Sorry, it escaped me for a second. Archangel Michael, please surround me with your blue light. Protect me from any negative energy or entity, seen or unseen, and help me to be the conduit of love and light toward all with whom I associate. Allow me to pull the cards needed for the greater good of all involved. And so it is. Okay. Just a sweet little prayer just to call upon the best possible outcome for all involved and the information that we as a collective unit of beings across the globe what might serve us best. So let's open our cards now. All right. So I just set the cards aside. I put all of the cards, I take all of the cards out of the deck and I set them in my hands. I've already said the prayer with them to, gather the light energy. And so I always, and I don't know why I do this. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure it was explained to me once upon a time. The way I interpreted it is anything that the cards might be holding that is negative, I'm going to expel it from the cards. So I always tap my cards. Don't know why, just have always done that. um, and then once I feel like they're clear, which I did, of course, rituals and all that kind of good stuff to create beautiful experience for us here on camera. So that was just like kind of a final clearing. All right, so now that I have them cleared, I'm going to shuffle them. And it's a big deck of big cards, so my hands barely fit around them. But I'll shuffle them 3 times. Again, it's interesting. I'm kind of a numbers person too. I can't wait to hear Brian's presentation on numerology during this summit because it will help make it a lot more clear to all of you who do not know anything about numbers and how numbers have a vibration and all. Anyway, all that kind of all the more woo-woo stuff that I love. Um, it I do things the way that I do them, not necessarily for any specific reason other than that it feels right. um, I've been doing these kind of things fairly regularly for going on 30 years now. And by these things, I mean calling on my deck to add some clarification or um, some, extra wisdom, maybe wisdom that I don't have within me. Well, I know I have it within me, but it just, I don't know, it helps clear things up in my brain because my brain goes a million miles a minute. I'm as you will find out from Lauren's presentation, you will find out that I'm a manifesting generator personality type in the human design, and that just means that I'm going. I'm like the Energizer Bunny, man. I'm always going. So if I'm awake, I'm up and running. And every once in a while I crash and burn because I'm just exhausted from going. But for the most part, that's how it works for me. So when I do these rituals, it helps to settle me, it helps to ground me, it helps to make me feel a little protected. And what was the other word that almost came to me, but kind of slipped through? It was like not protected, but I'm sure y'all are thinking it. Yeah, I don't know, camera fog. My brain goes into craziness sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna pull three cards. And the way that I do that, okay, so now that I've shuffled the cards three times, I've done my little expel, I've shuffled the cards three times. Now I'm just gonna kind of fan through them, and I just do that with my hands as I see the cards. And as I fan them out, they will break. You can kind of see how, like, these cards right here didn't really break, but all of a sudden it came to one, like, where it's very different looking than the rest of them, than the rest of these. So I want to pull that first card that kind of had a different vibe or energy. So it was kind of jumping out. If a card falls out when you're doing this kind of stuff, by the way, that's definitely a card you need to pay attention to. Has a tendency to be those kind of cards that are like, pick me, like I'm for you, I'm for you. So I do try to pay attention to those cards. So this particular card is the Nine of Raphael. That card says, make a wish, dreams become reality, and a joyful time of life. Love that card for us. That's fantastic. Yay. All right, I'm going to put that down. Then I'm going to pull the next card. So that's where I just took the Raphael card from. So the next part that really like pulls me energetically is this one. So these are I'm trying to do it backwards, y'all. These are pretty much together. That's where I pulled the Raphael card. And then these are pretty much the same all the rest of the way, except for this one, or this one rather, which I'm going to pull last. So I'm actually going to separate that out now. And then from the Raphael card, there's two options. There's two options. There's this option and there's this option. Okay, so this option or this option. So I'm going to pull the first one. And the reason I pull the first one is because, kind of like on the SATs, how they always told you when you were taking those school district tests or whatever when we were growing up, the first answer is typically the best answer. Okay. When we second guess ourselves, that's when things kind of go haywire in our lives. So I always take that first one. If there's any kind of draw to take the second one, I might take it, but in this case, I didn't really feel the draw. It just was that first one. So the first one, the Raphael one that we already pulled, this is the second one, which is the World card, which seems appropriate at a global summit. It says a very happy ending, coming full circle, and spiritual growth and insight. So super, super fun. I'll pull that up so that you can see the whole card. All right, and I'll set that down over here. And then I'm going to pull this third card, which is the Five of Ariel. All right, I'll read that for you. The Five of Ariel is, you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. Isn't that the truth? Okay, so I have all three of these. So this is in my version of drawing, and I think in most card readers' versions, they do the past, present, and future. It could be like, it could truly mean the past, the present, and the future, but more likely it's going to mean something that's more like, or at least this is how I interpret it, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, in the sense that it's outside of us, it's inside of us, and then it's the two united. Does that make sense? So I think that's why I like that saying so much, the as within, so without, as above, so below, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, Okay, so here are all three of these cards. Let me see if I can keep it from disappearing on you. All right, there we go. And let me just tell you what these mean to me. So when we're talking about the nine, nine is a number of completion as far as I know. So the nine of Raphael, and because he's holding a lamp, the magic lamp, right? It's almost like he's Aladdin in this particular picture. It's like all the wishes are coming true, all the things are coming to fruition, which is lovely, especially when we're kind of at the beginning of this event this weekend. um it just screams to me that we're in a good space, we're in a positive environment, we're surrounded by people who have good beliefs and want the best for the world. So hold that to your heart, especially in these times when things are, a little dramatic these days, aren't they? Okay, so the next card was the World card, which is Archangel Michael. He's holding the shield and the sword, and so of course it's hilarious. Not. It's all serendipitous as far as I'm concerned. But it's all interesting that we did the Archangel Michael card. I don't generally pull the card because I do the prayer. So it's all like he's already there for me. So when we pull the card, it's kind of an extra emphasis on you are protected. Don't forget to call on God. Don't forget to call on your crossed over loved ones. Don't forget to call on the people and energies who are there to support you. Forgetting the people that are actually still here, physically present on the planet. We need to call on each other. We need to help each other, especially when we're not feeling particularly great. And we also need to not take things personally. In my personal opinion, this goes back to that idea that we are our own worst enemy, in the sense that we prejudge things before we even know what the other person will say, right? Like that, the phone call to the friend that's like, oh, she's really busy. She doesn't want me to call her. Maybe she does. You don't know that until you know it. And even if she is super busy, it's still nice to reach out to somebody and just say, hey, you came to my mind. Another thing that I see often happen actually is when somebody doesn't invite somebody somewhere. It's like, oh, they live really far away. There's no way that they'll come to this thing. Then you're deciding for them. That's not very fair. That's not nice of you. You need to decide for you, not for them. So it's just one of those things that I caution everybody to really call upon your archangels, call upon your God, call upon your crossed over, whatever your belief systems are. There are many, many, many entities and people here on earth who love you and adore you and are absolutely willing to be there for you in your time of need. Be clear, be a clear communicator about that. But yes, spiritual growth and insight is eminent, and you're in the right place for these cards to be appearing right now. Um, the five of Ariel, it kind of reminds me of the five of coins, which has a tendency to be about. I know y'all heard me read earlier that you don't need to go through this. Help is nearby, so I'm kind of preaching to the choir as far as the world. Um, Coming full circle and being of spiritual growth. But the five of Ariel kind of supports that idea, is that as you are going through your challenges, as you are going through your growth period, which is never easy. Growth is never easy. So if you're here, you're growing. That's not easy. So kudos to you for being here. And by here, I mean at this summit I'm honored to have you here. And we are, as speakers, all honored to have you here and honored to have a platform to share some of these ideas and I don't know, things that we call upon when we are in time of need. So I love that you're here. Thank you for being here. I hope that this little demonstration of using angel cards helped you. I don't think I'm going to read from the book. I think if you want to read from the book, you can pick the book up. I'm sure that it's online, scanned somewhere, who knows where. But you see the cards, you can look them up and read for yourself what it says. It's probably pretty accurate to what I am interpreting it to be. And anyway, it's accurate for us, and that's all that matters. So thank you for being here for Magical Renewal. And I hope you continue to have an amazing time at this fabulous event, if I do say so myself. Refresh, Renew 2025 Summit from Soul Heart Collaboration. And yours truly, Jamie Allen Bishop. Bye for now.